Shut the fuck up. And then when he left, and then K-dramas. But then when he left,
it just like took a whole 360, and then the rest of the movie was just like they're doomed.
I think my rating system has officially changed.
大家好，欢迎收看有点优秀，我是合家欢乐。今天的视频很简单，我邀请了3位从小在好莱坞大片浸染中长大的美国同学去看《流浪地球2》，邀请他们来分享一下他们的观后感和看法。说实话，他们的反馈真的大大的超出了我的预料。那么现在就让我们一起出发吧。
I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was really interesting. It was very engaging. There was a lot of things that were happening. And it also kind of inspired me to study harder.
But this one was very heavy with like, we're not doing this to like give ourselves time right now in the present. We're doing this for like our future generations down the line. That was very heartwarming.
That was literally the best movie I've like. I saw everything everywhere all at once, and it truly cannot compare. Like, my life is so insignificant, you know. Like compared to that movie and like the lifespan of that project, it just makes me happy to like live these little moments now, even though it doesn't mean anything like 32 hours. I mean, years. Because usually when you see like very like large films, usually like it slowly progresses to that big climax. But I feel like they used the time very efficiently. Even though there was like a lot of gaps where they just like sped through like the years, I feel like it was very well done.
I've seen family in those movies, like the concept of family used like as strength, but never like as much as like, I will go through this hardship just so that you can live on. And that's not something you see much in America, because it's more like self-independence, like, oh, I do this for myself. As long as I'm in the top or striving to get to the top, I'll be fine. While in like international ideology, I don't know much about that, but I assume it's like we're a community, we work together, we're respectful of one another.
It's obviously not something that's like universal, right? There's case by case, but I can see that because even if you like simplify it way down to like saying or whatever, or that tradition like in the US, oh, once my kid's 18, like they're out, you know, like they're on their own.
I think they incorporated a lot of like Chinese elements, I noticed, like kind of like traditional values. This guy, I forgot his name.
Man is a top G.
Yeah. He always talks in like idioms. So I thought we are in the middle of an interview, Stephen.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like in Western films, because usually I was speaking about it where I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. Like all the stuff that I predicted would happen did not happen, and I'm really glad of that.
They're showing it too much. And I was like, they were showing like 550C2 like too many times. So I thought that was like foreshadowing it to make it seem like, oh, this is terrible, this is bad. And then I thought the girl was gonna corrupt like the entire system.
I also thought she was gonna corrupt it.
I was like, I know my movies, but no, I don't know my movies no more. Yes, Avatar: The Way of the Water. Mainly with Avatar 2, it was like the visuals were very good, but the storyline, it was kind of slow building in a way, and then it just ended in like a grand fight. It felt so small compared to this movie. But the moment that hit me again, the moment he raised his hand and he was looking at the younger cadet in the Chinese squadron, he was like, put your hand down, like don't judge me for not wanting to go. I was mistaken, I apologize. He was like, Chinese squadron, everyone above 50, get out and get up online. I was just like, damn, like he really did that. I thought there was gonna be commotion against each other, but no. They just stood up, got to the line, and became volunteers. And then the other squadrons started doing the same, and I was just like, damn. And I was like, god damn. And like they were proud of it. They were proud of it too. You know, like mentor and mentee. I was like, oh, that's such a good ending. And then, no. They didn't do that. And the moment when the dude just went like, I was like, god damn. It felt like such a good and thoughtful passing the baton type of thing. you know, like my job is done for this generation. You go live on with your family and further, like, the process of it all to like get to safety. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
I laughed, I cried, I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, you know. I feel like other people will definitely do the same and maybe even understand it more.
That was a really good movie. You know what? I'm gonna just tell my friends. I'm gonna be like, hey, you gotta watch this. Nothing else. Make sure you watch the second movie, not the first one.
I want to watch the first one now.
Same.
Fuck! Now I gotta see the second movie. Okay, I mean the first movie. I'm saying a lot of goddamn. Sheesh.
Oh.
I cried. I don't know how many times I cried. I lost so many count. It was very both action-packed and very emotional in a sense, and twisting those together in order to like create something new that I haven't experienced as much. Not at that scale at least. But it was pretty good. I don't know how many other times I cried.
I think honestly, like, I would probably be very easily convinced for the digital thing. But I think that the moving mountain, or like which later turned to Wandering Earth, I think that's much better. That was obviously the more like noble project.
I think I would like the Moving Mountain project in a sense of like being able to provide for like my friends and family and their descendants as well. You lived your lifespan in the physical world, so even like having digital life, it doesn't mean you get to live forever, because I assume you need like outside assistance to keep on living or being simulated into a life, and that would eventually get destroyed.
There weren't too many things. It was pretty enjoyable overall. I think it was just like, not that I disliked it, it's just like something that threw me off is probably just like the different dubs for like all the like foreign people and it was kind of funny. It was just like entertainingly throwing me off. Like I think for me, I think I would give it like a 9 out of 10.
Bro, I said a 9.7, okay?
What did Maggie give it?
I think she said 8 something.
作为中国人，在纽约看到华语片是非常亲切的，希望未来能有《流浪地球3》。在之后的几天，他们还一直在跟我说起这部电影。Steven 觉得这部电影彻底改变了他的世界观。大家都看了《流浪地球2》吗？你们觉得如何呢？好了，今天的视频就到这里了。今天的你有点优秀，我们下期再见。
Like at first, the best movie that I've ever seen. Fuck, I don't even know that.
Cars 2.
Cars 2 sucks. I like Cars 1.
I've never watched Cars.